Hey there. So this morning we want to attempt to bring you another video on everyday carry handguns. Pardon the audio if it's not real loud. So anyway, what we have today is something that's sort of new, and I think it's going to take the market by storm when people realize it's out there. But anyway, how many of you know what that is? Well, that's an LCP2. Well, yeah, sort of, but notice the size. There's several things that are different with this handgun. This is the new Ruger LCP Max. Okay, and it's an approved version of an LCP2 to sort of compete in today's high capacity small handguns. So let's start it off. I've got the specs written down right here in front of me because there's so many different upgrades with this handgun versus the LCP2, which y'all know I've got a video on LCP2 and an LCP1. But this is the main, there's a couple of main upgrades that you need to take notice of. Number one, the main one is magazine capacity. First off, the gun is unloaded, because I don't like putting my finger in there, but magazine's out, magazine's empty. But the magazine on LCP2 is a 6+1, okay? So that gives you 6+1 rounds of .380 in a pocket pistol, and that's what this is. It's not a side carry, it's not an appendix carry for me. This is a pocket pistol. You know, when you want to run to the store, you want to run to Walmart, and you don't want to go put your holster on and you know, get out of the car at Walmart and have to, you know, put your holster in your britches because you didn't, you know, me personally being you know, bigger around the waist, when I ride with my handgun in a holster in a little bitty car, it just eats me up. So I take it out and put it in the console, and when I get there, I pull it out and stick it in my belt. Sometimes that gets to be annoying. So what we do is we wind up, well, I'm just gonna run in here and I'll run out, everything's okay. Well, this is the solution for that. Drop it in your pants in a, you know, whatever kind of little holster that you like. It just disappears, you know, and you've always got a firearm with you. And in today's world, that's a good thing. So that's the first major upgrade. Instead of a 6+1 capacity, this has a 10+1. I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway, 10+1 in an 11-ounce pistol. What's not to love? And it's a Ruger. Okay, the second major upgrade, the one that I consider to be the second, is the sights. If you have any kind of experience with the LCP1s or the LCP2s, you know the first thing, the LCP2 was it was slightly better on the sights than the one, but now the Max has fully adjustable, well, not fully, they have adjustable for windage, high-vis sights. Trinium insert with white outline for daytime, blacked out rear. Both are driftable for windage. And it's also what I call the self-defense sight, where you can rack it off your belt or a table or whatever, you know, whatever you have to use. That's a big upgrade. But now it has a drawback, and I'll just go ahead and tell you right now, this will get caught on your pocket, coming out of your pocket if you've got on jeans that are just the least bit tight. So be aware of that. This will catch. I'm not a fan of the U back here. The one that I saw, and when I see that U, I've only seen one other pistol that in modern times that has that, and that's the Hellcat. I'm not a fan. I would rather, and I probably will take a file and square that off in the bottom. I'd rather have a square sights than that U. But anyway, it's not a deal breaker. Major improvement with the sights. And that sight's almost as big as a Big Dot, an XS Big Dot if you're familiar with them. It's a combat sight. Well, I don't know if I could say combat. It's made to pick up your eye to notice as soon as you pick it up. So let's get into the nerd part of it. And I'll tell you what I've got written down here straight from Ruger's website. You can go read all this if you'd like. But anyways, 380 ACP. We could make a whole video on that cartridge. Colt invented that cartridge way back in the day for a reason, and that's for self-defense pocket carry. But anyway, 380 ACP with a 10+1 capacity. High vid sights, we've talked about that with the trinium and the white outline. That white outline really makes a difference in daytime. It really does. It picks it, your eye picks it right up. It has a secure action trigger. I don't know if you've seen this or not. That's pretty decent. And it also has a over travel stop. Can you see that right there? Okay. The grip's been improved according to Ruger. The ergonomics are different. All I can really tell you is that this is the same height as on the LCP2, this texturing, when actually I thought it should have come on up into here. And it may, before it's over with on this handgun, particularly because this one's mine. 10 round flush magazine. That's something else. This is a flush mag. You get 10+1. There is a Ruger manufactured, I think it's manufactured by Ruger, pretty sure it is, 12 round. So that gives you 12+1, 380 in a 11-ounce pistol. And it only sticks out a half a more inch from this to here. So it's about like that. This one comes with a pinky extension if you want to take that flat floor plate off, and it just gives you a little drop down here for your pinky to sit on. For you guys that are anal about that, I could care less, because you know the way you hold the little gun like this is your pressure is on this finger anyway. If you do it right, you know you don't need but two, because all your pressure's right here. Should be anyway if you're doing it right. Okay. It has reversible mag release. That's pretty cool. You know, you can change it one side to the other. The slide is made from alloy steel. It's black oxide finish, which is probably going to wear off, and that's okay. I don't care. The slide thickness, according to Ruger, is 0.81 of an inch. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I tend to think it's a little bit smaller than that. Let's just see. The thickest point of the slide it is 0.75. Okay, I don't know why they put 0.81. There's no thicker place on that slide. But the barrel length is 2.80 inches long. The overall length of this handgun is 5 inches, 5.17 inch, and it actually weighs unloaded 10.6 ounces. It's 4.12 inches high. It's a tiny gun, and it's there, you know, it's made that way on purpose. It has a 6-groove right-hand rifling in this barrel with a 1/16 twist. And I'll say, I have fired this gun yesterday. I don't carry anything that I hadn't run. I'm not going to run 300 or 400 rounds of 380 through it. 380 costs as much as 45 ACP, and it's harder to find. But it's a Ruger. I trust it. I've had no issues. When they first come out, and it's in the box with this one, they sent a little notification that says that they are aware that with the 12-round magazines, that the slide may not stay open on the last round. And I'm sure they're working to fix that. They're not going to leave that out there. I mean, which is, it's not a deal breaker. It's a little bit of a nuisance of a, you know, a aggravation deal, but it's not a deal breaker. It's not supposed to do it with the 10, and mine had not done it so far. But, you know, what it is it comes back to this cut on this magazine right here, this little shelf right here. The slide lock release has an extension inside this pistol that lays on that shelf and holds that slide back. Well, for some reason, this shelf is giving them an issue. They tell you that when you buy it. You know, it's in the book. You know, it's a separate insert in the owner's manual about that. So if that's a deal breaker with you, then by all means, don't buy it. I care less. The gun, and here's another big selling point for me, being that I'm an owner of the Gen 1 and 2. This gun is the same exact size, front to back, side to side, on the slide, as the LCP2. The grip is ever so, I wish I had the LCP2 here to compare it, but my wife's got it in her purse. The grip is ever so slightly larger, just a little bit. And I mean, the reason why is because we've got this, what they call a mag and a half magazine now. Instead of having a straight magazine this width, they flared it out to where you can get those 10 rounds in. But the selling point for me, one of the biggest selling points, other than the two I've mentioned, is that all my accessories from my LCP2 interchange with this handgun. Lasers, crimson laser, armor laser, you know, as long as it's a, you know, a trigger guard attachment, which on the LCPs they are. All holsters interchange. Same exact, even the molded Kydex holsters is exactly the same. This handgun is exactly the same as the LCP2 from here up. And from here down, it's just slightly flared, like I was telling you, to accommodate that larger magazine. By no means is it larger overall than LCP2. So if you like that small gun, you're going to love this. Accuracy, when I fired it yesterday, I mean, you can shoot, I was shooting a spot the size of my hand at, you know, 7 or 8 yards. I was just shooting to make sure the gun would run, you know, for self-defense. Pardon me. For self-defense, you know, it ain't like I'm going to ever take this little gun out and, you know, enter a bullseye competition match or something with it. This is made, and let me stop real quick and correct something. This isn't what we used to call a get-off-me gun. This is an actual shootable 380 handgun. It shoots just as, I mean, it's an actual shootable handgun. You know, back in my time and earlier, guns were made to where these size, you know, this size, they were usually 25s. You know, somebody had you down and they were killing you, you should bang. Not so. Not with this one. You know, if he's over there 20 yards with a, you know, shooting at you, you can fire back with this. And be confident that you'll hit your target with any amount of, you know, marksmanship experience on your part. So don't say I don't need a belly gun. It's not a belly gun. This is a shootable firearm in a small, compact package. So, one more thing I noticed, and they don't mention it, but I'm going to tell you. They've made it, you know, it's got front and rear serrations, cocking serrations. And on the LCP2, the extractor isn't as long and as robust as this one is. This one, they've beefed it up. But they've also put these little, flared these little, on these serrations, they flared the very back ones out. I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see how they flared that out a little bit? That gives you a perfect purchase on that gun to rack that slide. I mean, they really make a difference. And it's not overbearing where it's gonna, you know, be in your way. I don't forget, there used to be a 22 semi-automatic pistol, and I don't remember who made it. I want to say it was either Ruger or Browning, but it was either the Buckmark or the Ruger, what was it, the 2245? That had, anyway, one of them had these flares back here that you would pull back to, you know, to chamber around. So that's kind of reminiscent of that, but it's not nearly as big and profound as those guns were. But I like it. That's a plus on Ruger's side there. They give, you know, they were thinking about that. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see that. You can definitely feel it. But, you know, we're not going to sit here, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that 380 is better than a 9mm. I'm not going to tell you it's better than, you know, a 38 special. But you know what? Oh, and by the way, these sights are dovetailed. Front is dovetailed in. You can drift it. And rear is dovetailed in for drift. If you can't get this sight on, you know, if you can't get this gun on target with both sights being dovetailed to where you can move them, then maybe you need to go to a, you know, marksman class or something. But anyway, I'm not going to tell you that 380 is better than all those. I can tell you this, it's better than a stick. It's better than throwing a rock. And it's definitely better than some of these thugs, you know, attacking you or your family and your gun's in the truck because it has rubbed you raw and you're tired of carrying it all day. You know, the old question, you know, what's the best carry round and handgun for self-defense and everyday carry is going to be, the simple answer is, it's going to be the one that you have on you, the one that you will carry every day. If I leave out and go to the mailbox, I've got a gun in my pocket. If I go sit on the porch out here and drink my coffee, I've got a gun in my pocket. If I go from one room to the next in my home, I've got a gun in my pocket. I'm not going to be a statistic, and I'm not going to allow my wife, my family to be one either. So anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. So, you know, 380 ACP is I don't think I'd go any lower in, you know, self-defense. But now, you know, let's face it. I'm a lover of handguns. I've got a bunch. Y'all seen them. You know, the handgun is designed to punch holes and cause blood loss, or you've got to hit, you know, you've got to hit a major structure, whether it be your spine, your spleen, or even, believe this or not, or even your pelvic bone. You know, a man can't walk, he can't fight. So you've got to hit some major artery, you know, and there's even studies done where people have been hitting the heart and still manage to fight, you know, 15, 20 more seconds. They can do a lot of damage in that when they're hacking on you with a machete or shooting at you. So a handgun is a handgun. Whether it be a 380 or 22 or a 44 Magnum, it's not ideal for defending yourself. It's made to use when all else fails. You know, inside your home, that handgun should never be your first choice for home invasions or burglars or something like that. That should be a 12-gauge shotgun, or, you know, AK-47, AR-15, something of that nature. A long gun. Use this if it's all you got inside your home, but this is made to get you to a bigger gun inside your home. And outside of your home, it's made to be concealable and to where you will have it with you every time, all the time. That's how you're going to have to protect yourself. You've got to have it all the time, every time, anywhere you go. You got your watch, you got your wallet, and you damn sure got your cell phone. You need to have your gun. And just a word about pocket carry, and I'll let you go. Designate you a pocket in a good holster that covers that trigger guard, okay? It's got to cover that trigger or it's useless. And that pocket is for this gun only, nothing else. No keys, no change, no lipstick, nothing else goes in that pocket. Not even your reload. Your spare mag needs to be on your weak side, on your belt, or in that pocket right at the top clipped where you can access it. But nothing else goes in that pocket where that gun is except that gun. So, there it is. And by the way, that's just a little DeSantis G3 holster. It's not my most favorite pocket holster, but it's rigid. But LCP Max, they're hard to come by right now. And by the way, the manufacturer, the MSRP on this pistol is $469. That's a lot for LCP. But not for the Max because it's brand new and it's the newest thing. But what's your life worth? I found this gun at Academy on sale for $379. Can't beat it. So, thank you for joining us. If you haven't so far, if you're new here, hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell and all those things that you do to help us out a little bit. I don't get paid to do this, and I don't get endorsements, and I don't get, nobody's sending me ammo, nobody's sending me holsters to endorse, nobody's doing anything. I'm doing all this out of my pocket for me and for you, free of charge. So, subscribe to the channel. You never know what I might put on there. But anyway, thank you. The ones that's been here and been with me this long, I really appreciate you. I really do. Leave comments about anything that you'd like to see. Again, we're going to get these guns out when we can get ammo enough to waste, so to speak. And we'll do range reports on all of them that you've seen tabletops on. But for now, you're going to have to deal with the tabletops. So, but anyway, God bless you. Keep in touch. Keep watching for new videos to drop. Take care of yourself and each other. And above all, put God first. God bless you.